My name's Chris Mason. I'm the founder and artistic director of the Seattle Children's Chorus. I came out of university as a public music teacher, loved my work, and yet I felt like for me there was something missing. I saw a program bringing boys and girls of all ages together to make excellent, excellent music, and I thought, that is my dream. And so my family and I returned to the Seattle area and began to lay the groundwork for this nonprofit organization.
Music making, and music making specifically in a group of people, is essential. It's not just an artistic expression, but it's an emotional expression for people. And it's something that we are not very good at training anymore. And you end up with adults who are afraid of their voices and afraid of using their physical instruments as an expression of artistry or an expression of emotion. It's really important that we bring that back to people.
I think for any young person who goes through the SCC program finds this amazing sense of community from the beginning, making friends, having mentors to look up to, but also being exposed to such a high level of musicianship. It gives a student a lot of pride and opens up a world of opportunities.
This is my second year and I just love the kids. They make it so fun because you have returners and then you have new kids who you get to meet. And while it's only a week, we get to know everyone. And with the music especially, you get to see their personality shine.
This organization needs to exist and is vital for a lot of students. They don't get this style of music education in school. Having an opportunity to come to a place like Seattle Children's Chorus and be instantly accepted and be a part of something musically fulfilling and artistic, it just creates such a sense of pride and belonging.
I think my favorite thing about SCC is seeing kids come in at the beginning of the school year untrained, nervous, and then by the end of the year they're singing in parts, they're ready to go, they feel loved and supported by the community.
This community is just so tight-knit. It's like a family, and if you grow up in it like I did and a lot of us did, it really is your second family. You come every week and you see your friends and you grow up alongside them, and that's really unique.
Watching some of the new kids coming to camp who have never experienced Seattle Children's Chorus, getting to fall in love with singing and performing, maybe for the first time, and seeing that change in them, how much pride it gives them and confidence.
It is this powerful source that can invade a child's life and really transform them on so many levels. And that's the reason I continue on, because it is a powerful source for good in kids' lives. To see the kids individually and as a group just sing with joyful abandon, that delights my heart.
I'm Ian Crosby. I'm an attorney. I work in downtown Seattle.
I'm Aurora. I'm a judge and I work actually down in Tacoma. Sarah was born prematurely. It was a surprise. I woke up one morning, my water broke a month and a half before she was due, and then we were off to the races. When you have a premature child, the doctors usually tell you that they're going to be somewhat delayed, but that as you get closer to 3 years old, your child will begin to sort of catch up with the rest of their peers. What we noticed is as she got closer to 3 years old, she didn't seem to be moving in the right direction.
We noticed that she wouldn't respond to her name, and we thought maybe she had hearing issues. So we went down and they did a hearing test, and she could hear just fine. Her name, that just didn't mean anything to her. She started having temper tantrums that weren't just like a kid's temper tantrums, but where she was just really out of control and wanting to crawl out of her own skin.
She started hurting herself. She started beating her head into the corner furniture. It's really hard to see that. We were actually tested for autism at Seattle Children's Hospital before the Autism Center opened, but as she was diagnosed, we were able to transition there for her care. I mean, she probably has between 8 and 12 hours of therapy after school over the course of a week, behavioral, speech, occupational, and physical therapy. Human connection is so valuable, and it's something we just want for Sarah.
Sarah doesn't have any friends. There are kids who are kind to her, but she doesn't have friends over for play dates. Some people want their kids to grow up and be doctors or astronauts or get into Stanford or Harvard or whatever. And like, my dream for Sarah is that someday she will have a friend.
Friendship Circle is an amazing organization that takes children with any special needs and pairs them up with another child, usually is a teenager between 12 and 18. Volunteers, they come in and want to be their friend. They want to have fun with them, they want to play. At first, when Dad dropped her off, he will seem a little, worried. Like, I remember he will hand me an iPad, and he would hand me a phone. We never used the iPad, we never used the phone, we never used any electronics, because that's not what she's here for. But now, he doesn't have the anxiety that they used to have.
They didn't give up on us, and we didn't give up on them. And now she goes to Sunday circles. She stays the whole 2 hours. She has lots of fun with her buddies.
The most beautiful thing I see about this program is that the volunteers are not being forced to do it. They're not being told by their parents to do it.
It's so wonderful to get to spend time with Sarah, and I feel so lucky to really have gotten to know her over the past few years. It's so exciting to get to build a really strong relationship with her, which I think is an opportunity that not a lot of teenagers get.
Seeing her now excited to go and just bouncing around, not from angst, but from happiness, really was what we needed. It was really what we needed.
There's so many people out there that either don't have insurance or the copays are just so ridiculous that they can't afford to go.
This is that every individual can have medical care without worrying about insurance forms, copays, or anything. They can come and see this clinic, be seen by a certified doctor, a licensed nurse, and get the care they need at no cost.
We have a lot of underinsured or non-insured individuals that live here, and we wanted to provide a service for them to take the clinic to them, because a lot of them don't have any transportation either. So having the mobile clinic takes the clinic to the people that need the services the most. We have started with nothing and gotten to what you see around here today. We have the 18-wheeler, we have a new clinic in a motorhome. We've built all that, and it's all volunteers that have done it. Volunteers and donations from the community.
My job is to raise money to run these clinics. We found a location and started asking for donations, and people have been so very supportive.
The whole idea of the clinic is to help our fellow man. And since I like to practice what I preach, that is servicing those individuals who are in need. And we have found out over the years that there are a vast number of people that need medical attention. We don't care the financial status of the individual or who they are. If you come to us, we're going to help you as best as we possibly can.
We had a lady come in that had a tumor, and we were able to refer her to UW Medicine and get that surgery to remove this large tumor for free. We've got these referral systems set up to where we can go to different doctors, we can get these needs met at no cost. Healthcare should not be a privilege. It should be a right of everybody to be able to be seen by a doctor and be able to have the care they need without going bankrupt.
Getting the word out that we really do provide free medical care. People are still leery of the word free. They think, okay, there's a hook somewhere where we're going to have to pay. We don't charge anything for our services, and we need people to understand that. And the clinic's for everybody, not just children and mothers. That's what the Mom and Me Plus means. It's for everybody.
The dedication of our volunteers is what makes this clinic work. They are so dedicated to getting it out on the road and helping as many people as we possibly can.
The biggest challenges that we have is to recruit professionals in the medical field to be able to allow us to go to more communities by running the clinic more often. If we had more providers and more dollars to be able to outfit more clinics, we could be out every day.
Salish Sea Expeditions was founded in 1994 out of many years of study that indicated that there was a real lack in hands-on education, specifically in the science fields.
Boat-based education is particularly unique because it forces the students immediately out of their comfort zone. I mean, we literally take the ground out from underneath the students' feet. And we force them into close quarters to work together as a team, not only to ask questions and conduct inquiry-based science research, but also to take control of the most important scientific research tool they have, which is the ship.
They're given command of their research projects, they're asking the research questions, and they're taking command of the vessel that they're working on, and it builds such an incredible confidence and sense of teamwork. I think that's one of the strongest things that happen at Salish Sea.
Hearing about this boat changing into a classroom for younger generations to learn about maritime, to get interested, I feel like a lot of people who are younger like me, they don't even know about this job, so I think it will be a great opportunity for younger kids to actually get into it.
The cool thing about Salish is that we take kids out onto a working research vessel and put them into the role of scientist and captain and navigator, and they can see a world in which science and math and engineering really come to life. They get really excited about it in a way that never happens in the classroom.
You don't really get that experience in the classroom, you actually get it in the work field, so being able to sit through meetings, being able to talk to different people and being able to work with different people, and most importantly being able to network with different people is probably the biggest thing I'll take away.
Our program slowly builds the students up, so progressively over the course of the experience they're taking more and more ownership of conducting the research experiments, operating the ship, and you see the students really build confidence, more curiosity, and they start growing right before your very eyes.
One of the things I most enjoyed today was going through the shipyard and going through all the different areas with painting ships, manufacturing parts, doing maintenance work on ships. That was really interesting to see all the machinery and learn about all the different careers in that area.
It's a very holistic experience which really opens their eyes to the possibilities in the career field of marine science.
It's really important for this area in particular to have more exposure to the marine industry. I've had some background on the water and working on boats, and going through school personally as an engineer, I didn't have very much exposure to the marine industry. And from what I've seen of it, I do love it. I do have a dream job, and I'd love to be able to share that with more people.
There are great living wage jobs, whether on the science side or on the maritime side, that people just don't know about. And programs like this give them the opportunity to learn how to drive a ship, to navigate, to do science, and for them to just know that it even exists as a choice.
My oldest daughter came back from 3 days on a Salish Sea Expeditions program and said, I want to be a science teacher. Now, she may or may not become a science teacher, but the fact that she was thinking in those terms, that she'd been inspired to think beyond being a student and really identifying with the instructors that were a part of the staff was very exciting.
The Everett Recovery Cafe is actually a replica of the cafe in Seattle. That was the original cafe. I actually taught writing classes there for a while and volunteered working at the Recovery Cafe with a model that I loved. I saw how they had taken intentional community and made it empower everybody in that entire community. Driving through Everett, I would see people that walked that had no place to go, and I would think every time I drove by, we can do better than this. And at the same time, I had a son that was in recovery from heroin addiction, and so all those three things came together at once, and that's how this place came to be.
We fill a gap. You know, there's a lot of services in North Everett here, but we do something that's not done anywhere else. We allow all people from all walks. So So the people that aren't accepted in some places around here are accepted here.
It's a place where a community can gather together, and it's actually a safe place because there's like a simple set of rules.
Well, like a lot of communities, in this community there are a lot of people in need. There are a lot of hungry people out there who don't have a choice to either pay a bill or eat something. You know, there are a lot of homeless, there are just a lot of people who need help.
I've been struggling with drug and alcohol addiction since I was 14. That disease has run in my family for at least 3 generations that I know of, so I was kind of adopted into the family addiction. When I moved out on my own, I just kind of continued on that lifestyle, and that didn't work out so well for me. I lost custody of my son, and I lost my apartment and my job. So over the last year and a half, I've been overcoming my addiction. I found the Recovery Cafe about 6 months ago. I like that I have a recovery circle that I can go to, and I can talk about not only my struggles, but my successes too.
I see all kinds of transformations. When I first meet some people, they come into the cafe for the first time and they're not in the best shape. I get to watch them progress through their sobriety and their recovery. And you see people every day come in here in a bad mood, and the minute they walk through the door, the mood's over, everyone's in a good mood. It's a real family love kind of feeling in this place.
When I see someone that comes in off the streets that is just surviving, just to be able to reach out and welcome them and see the look in their eyes that they're so relieved that someone is accepting instead of turning them away, that's all the reward I need. And I get that every day.
What was supposed to be a simple hike with my son and 2 of his friends. A number of things went wrong that day, and flashed on the late news was 3 teens trapped on Three Fingers Mountain. It was a very long night, not knowing if your kid was going to make it or not. By 8 p.m. the next day, when our son was finally heloed off the mountain, there was more than 70 to 80 people that showed up from our county as well as other counties. I had never seen anything like that, not from volunteers. That was amazing.
I've been part of Search and Rescue since 2008. Our organization has the training and techniques and equipment to do what can't be done by other organizations.
People get lost and people get hurt, and they need somebody to be there when they need help. And I'm proud to be part of the organization that is able to provide that service.
It's that working together, it's that going on missions late at night or over several days, and that perseverance that's developed when people are participating in this organization.
It bonds you in a way that is rare to find anywhere else. We certainly have times in our mission when we are literally trusting each other with our lives.
We're going in to help people on what is typically their worst day. When that happens and the call goes out for us to help, our community reaches out to that member of the community that's struggling, and we do the very best we can to get them back to their loved ones.
This is my dog named Sable. She's been certified for over 10 years. She's our oldest search and rescue canine dog. Their ultimate goal is to find that person, let me know, bring me back to that lost person, and we're just going out there to find them as quickly as possible so they can get back to their family member.
In a lot of cases, the search and rescue volunteers are absolutely the last resort. If the firemen can't get to you and law enforcement can't get to you, we are your last hope.
We're literally in the business of saving lives and helping people out, and I think it's a sign of a healthy community when everybody pitches in and does what they can to help each other out.
We're a nonprofit, non-paid organization of volunteers. We're making a strong effort to get that message out, to become more involved with the community, understanding what we do and understanding the role that we play, whether it be financial or it be volunteers coming into our organization. We need to get that word out.
I show up because when people need help and they need people who've got the training and the dedication to do it, I have the training and I have the dedication and I do it.
Our family is in awe of the search and rescue volunteers. The people that were on our son's mission and the people that we see mission after mission after mission, they're heroes in our eyes. and it's a great thing to be able to support a good organization, an amazing organization like this.